We are back. Episode 151, little hiatus. That's how summertime goes. And with our friend now, not just special guest anymore, our friend, Mike the Caddy.
There we go. Friends.
Mike the Caddy. Hey, we're back, like Zach said, 151, presented, as always, by our friends at Moon Golf, celebrating 10 years of business and on the course, looking our best and you 15% off. But let me just tell you about tonight's show, what we're going to talk about real quick. Tonight, we're going to have kind of the clubhouse segment. We're going to talk about FedEx St. Jude happening this week, first playoff event of the year. Little post-round recap. We're going to hear about Mike had a kind of crazy day today on the course. And for some of y'all jumping in, we're going to let Mike kind of reintroduce himself to some of y'all. You'll see him more on the show. And then we have our drop zone. So welcome in first, Mike. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, guys? Happy to be back.
Listen, I love the brand. Caddy on the hat, Mike the Caddy. He's all about it.
Yeah, you know it.
You ain't repping your own self. What are you doing?
Yeah, you're right. If you don't believe in your own self, who else will? That's the
exactly.
Question. But everybody, we've had Mike on before. We got to know him. Mike is a professional caddy. He's up in Wisconsin right now, right? Whistling Straight.
Yes,
but he's going to be joining us more often. He's going to be hopping on the show with us, talking golf. And so we're just going to kind of jump into what's happening this week. FedEx St. Jude Championship. This is first playoff event of the week. They're at TPC Southwind in Memphis, Tennessee. Ever been there, Mike?
Never been.
Samesies. Never. You plan on going, Zach, to TPC Southwind?
I'm not against it. If they want to pay me to come out, I'm there. Due to my current life, no.
Zach, real quick before we jump into it, Zach, what's your thoughts on TPC courses? Resort style, kind of. Are you liking them? You vibing with them?
I'm not a fan. After we interviewed Andy from TPC,
she was in Texas.
What? Yeah, TPC. Was it Austin?
She's a superintendent down there. Andy Flowers, right?
Yeah. She was talking about how they're all super similar, which is great. Very playable. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the big resorts. Like, give me a Tobacco Road or a Sand Hollow or something. It's kind of different. Something that's totally opposite of what I have every Saturday.
Give me Mike on my bag at the Keep at Malcolm Moore in October, and I'm a set man.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want.
How hard do we have to push for this until we get a guaranteed yes?
I needed to set an over-under on minutes on how early into this we would be until we get the Keep mentioned again for getting on the bag. But no, funny story. I actually caddied for a guy a few days ago that he will also be. He's a Nashville resident, but he will also be at the Keep, playing the Keep in October as well. And so I told him, and he can verify. I did tell him, I was like, I'm trying to get down there for at least a few days out of in the month of October. I said there's some guys that I'm trying to caddy for down there. So I was like, if I happen to be down there at the same time, I'll caddy for you also. But it's in the works, trying to do it.
We found the perfect motel to stay at.
Okay.
They look.
They don't have many hotels around Malcolm Moore.
No. It's whenever I was down there for that month trying to find a place to stay, it was either do I stay in a small town where my grocery store is Dollar General and I have a 15-minute drive to course, or do I stay in Chattanooga where I've got all this access to everything, but it's a 50-minute drive? So there's nothing really that close to that course, that resort. A motel is probably the closest thing you'll get.
We found one. Just wait till if you come down in October, wait till you see that bad boy. But it's pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie, Zach. Zach hooked it up.
Okay.
I learned from my mistakes. When we went to the Masters last year, I set budget aside for merch instead of
hotel,
my room and board. And it was not acceptable to my wife, but we went to the Masters. So I found another motel called the Groovy Nomad in Trenton. It's like maybe 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a cool little spot for us.
Yeah.
We got to figure out how to play the Keep with Mike caddying, but Mike also playing with us. That's what we got to figure out how to do, because after seeing your post today, you're hitting some targets. What kind of day was? Talk through us that round of golf real quick.
Man, so I just had that feel. Well, actually, first hole I sprayed my drive out to the right, but hit a recovery shot to within like 8 feet, and I was like, okay, that's a good start. And then same thing on hole 2. So hole 2 was like the first part of that clip that you guys saw today. I like kind of hit it exactly where I wanted to, a little back beyond the pin, and let it kind of like use a little bit of the spin, but also some of the slope of the green to kind of come back to the hole, almost hold out. And then hole 3, same thing, a par 3, got close. And then it was like hole 6 where like, it's different whenever I caddy that course every day. I know every bounce on that course. I know every little nook and cranny. And so like I know how to play every shot. It's just whether or not I can actually execute it myself.
Yeah.
And so it was execution to the best, except for that random. I don't know if you guys remember there was a par 3 where like I pulled it way left.
That big hill?
Hit a hill. And I mean, next thing I know, it's like trickling just right up to the flag. And I'm like, what is going on? Today's just my day, I guess. Exactly. Yeah. I paid my dues.
Yeah. That's I saw that. I was like, man, we gotta get Mike play a few holes with us if we can get together. And if not to keep, then that just gives us a reason to come up to Wisconsin and hang out.
Yes. There you go.
So let's real quick. I'm gonna kind of give y'all some little bit about FedEx St. Jude Championship. This is the beginning of the playoff. If anyone listening, golf does have a playoff. If you're not familiar with their schedule, kind of weird how they do it, but they're making progress this year. They have a new initiative called Straight Up, which we'll talk about in a minute. Last year's winner of this event was Hideki. I was looking at some previous winners and kind of brought a tear to my eye a little bit. Saw some names like Patrick Reed and Dustin Johnson and Bryson. I was like, I wish we had these guys back competing every week. But Hideki got it. And this is going to have 70 of the top 70 players in the PGA Tour playing for a spot in next week's event, and only 50 will move on. And then from that 50, 30 will move on to here into Atlanta. And that's where it gets into some interesting golf, which we'll talk about. But I wanted to say, shocker at number 9 in the FedEx Cup standings. Zach, is this your pick to win the whole playoff?
I hope so.
Give me Tommy Fleetwood.
So. Such a good guy. I would love for it more than anyone else on the course.
I knew that's your guy. That's who you want to win it so bad.
I want him to win after the last couple years where those guys have made those bomb putts from 40 feet out. I'm like, it just hurts because I've seen the same look in Casey's eyes when I make putts. He's counting on me not to. And
listen, I don't know if it's possible, but let me ask you this scenario. Say Tommy goes like second place finish, third place finish, and second, and he racks up enough points to win the FedEx Cup. He doesn't win a single event. Are you counting it as a win for Tommy if he still has no PGA Tour?
No. If he's not lowest in strokes on any of the events, it don't count.
Well, what if he wins the FedEx Cup playoff? He's the champ.
You can say that. I mean, you can have the trophy, but it's just a participation at that point. If he's not standing on top, shaking hands on the 18, it don't count.
We're only counting this playoff event as a win for Tommy if he's picking up a trophy from winning an actual event.
Right. He's got tons of second places, no number ones.
Mike, Tommy has never won a PGA Tour event. Do you think it's going to happen?
I hope so. It's got to be so much pressure on those guys, especially the longer you go without getting one, the longer you've been on tour. And whenever you're that good and it's that difficult to get to that level, I hope everyone, at some point just gets a chance to win that tournament for themselves. But I mean, it's if he never does, he's got to be one of the best that's never done it. You know what I mean? Like he's been in the mix more often than he's not, and he's a good player. It's a surprising factor, like he still hasn't won one.
And you think about check the box this past week, and you're like, well, it could be mine to take. It took Rory 10 years to get the slam, Cam several years to get it done. Now Tommy's got to be like,
Tommy,
it's European time.
30 years to get one PGA Tour win. It could happen. But you think of people that have won on tour. You think like Zach Blair. You think of Wesley Bryan. Think of like Nick Dunlap coming off in an amateur and winning it before he even turns pro. And you're like, what's Tommy missing? Why can't he be that guy? That's all I want to know.
It's right here. He starts to get
mentally,
close between the ears. Yeah.
You think so?
Talent wise, he's there. He's shown he's got it talent wise. It's you get down to the fourth quarter, 2-minute drive. It's all or nothing. You got it or you don't.
Let me give y'all my playoff sneak peek of a pick. I think he's a playoff run kind of guy. You know, he's going to get deep into the playoffs. He's going to make a run. He's in at 64, so he only made it in by 6 spots. Give me Ricky Fowler. He's going to pick up. He's going to win the whole. Look how Mike instantly like, no.
He knows. He knows
I'm
ball.
I'm a Ricky fan, but I don't know about that one.
Maybe he needs this pressure on him, a little bit of playoff pressure.
He needs something. He needs something.
Is it really? Let's just be honest. Is it really Scotty? Is he just going to get it again? Like, is he just going to?
I don't.
Is there a safer bet? It's kind of like going back to Tiger versus the field, where you just pick Tiger 9 times out of 10 and be right.
You got Rory number 2. That'd be a pretty good pick. Hey, number 4 right now in the ranking is kind of surprising to me. Our hometown guy, Russell Henley, number 4, which is pretty shocking. And then you got Justin Thomas, which that actually surprises me that he's number 5 because I feel like he hasn't done anything all season.
He still plays golf.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't heard of his name all season, and he's number 5 in the FedEx Cup.
Interesting.
But here's my
long season. It's a long grind. We're almost to the end of it. So,
listen, I know Ricky's a joke, but here's a for real pick from me at number 10, Keegan Bradley. I think it could line up. I think it can line up where he wins one of these playoff events, and then he makes a real run in Atlanta. And I don't know if he wins in Atlanta, but he's picking up the trophy to be the FedEx Cup champ. That's gonna be it. Y'all got any predictions?
That'd set him up for playing captain. And be like, well,
he's
every box you want. What more do you want for me to play?
Yeah, they're talking now like should he even cast himself like captain and player? You know what I mean? Like,
I think he's got to be. So who do y'all have any picks you want to throw out there before the playoffs start? Not to win a playoff event of these 3, but to be picking up the trophy for FedEx Cup champ.
I got hope for Tommy.
God, you are so wild. That's like me saying Ricky.
Oh, I like Tommy. That's the problem. You don't really support Ricky like that.
I mean, the last time I liked Ricky, like when he won that putt and his caddy jumped in his arms and all, that was a good moment. But he's not. He's definitely not winning. See the favorite for the whole thing. It's got to be Scotty, obviously.
Yeah, Scotty's 2-1, Xander 16-1, Rory 6-1, and Colin 20-1.
Colin's ranked 19th right now.
So I was going to put American currency in a state where it was legal to put currency on something, it would be Scotty.
That's good. Xander's all the way down at 42. He'd have a lot of work to do. So let me ask you this:
top 10 on odds.
Obviously, there's been a lot of discussion. Zach and I talked about this last year when the Atlanta came around. It was the whole Scotty's already the best, but he's starting 10 under par, and then everybody's starting 7 under par, 6 under par. This year, the PGA Tour is releasing this new strategy called Straight Up. And so everyone, once you get to Atlanta, the top 30 are all going to start even par instead of different strokes. So you have a chance to win at least that event. Everyone love this better than the other way?
Absolutely. I think it's fair. I mean, what other sport do you start with runs on the board or touchdowns already?
True.
Yeah.
Could you imagine going into the Iron Bowl, Bama being top 5 or whatever, and they get a 14-point spot? You know, like
we'd stay in the locker room.
How are we supposed to come back from that?
Yeah.
Like golf's even harder, and they'll be 12 under to start,
which is insane.
Yeah, I like it as a competitor standpoint. You know, the straight up thing about like, all right, final tournament. You go out there, you win it, you're the champ. But I see the argument on both sides. Like, if you've got a guy who's been dominant all year long, like Scotty has, and then he just has one, not even an off weekend, if he just has one off round, one off day, and because of that, he's not the tour champion of the season. Like, it's kind of like, well, that's not really fair. But at the same time, I like it as a competitor because if you're in Scotty's shoes, like, dude, You've had a good season. You're the guy. Go out there and prove it. It starts
Yeah.
straight up this weekend. You've earned you've earned it to here. Go get it now. Like lock in. And I'm sure there's going to be times where like if he goes out there and crushes it, yeah, he's the guy, he's the champ. There's going to be
Yeah.
times, maybe in the years to come where some guy's been having a great season like Scotty has, comes down to the final weekend and he just blows up. I see both sides, but as a competitor, I like the new straight up format.
I would be hurt if I was Scotty. Like last year, you get a 12-stroke head start after playing good because he's played very similar this year as far as like quality. So you'd be like, oh, I got 12 strokes to kind of play around, get warmed up with, and now I'm like, oh, I'm at 0 again. Why?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Why are
so
you taking
Scotty's going to
hold of
be
me?
he's attempting to win back-to-back FedEx Cup trophies, never been done, and only Rory and Tiger are the only ones that have ever won more than one FedEx Cup. So if Scotty wins it, he'll be in elite company with them two. And interestingly, I forgot to say this week's field is not set at 70, it's set at 69 because Rory McIlroy elected not to tee it up on the opening week of the FedEx Cup playoffs. He said his spot's locked in for week 2. He said he's not playing this week.
I don't like him.
How's
After
that
I guess
possible? Like, he gets to decide, like, because he's so high in the rankings, his
yeah,
spot's
he's number
automatic.
2. He's number 2, so he's betting on no one. He's not going to fall below 50, even if everybody else pulls. Like Ricky's going into it at number 64. He's got to win, finish high enough to get enough points to move up to the top 50, or he won't be advanced. And so Rory's pretty much betting on I'm number 2. I'm not going to fall below 50th spot. I'll be in week 2 no matter what, which is kind of not prideful, kind of prideful to be like, I'm locked in, I'm not going to play.
Yeah, interesting.
It's kind of a D-bag for the fans. It's like you're
That's the word I was going to say, but I
like,
didn't want to say it because if my kids listen. But he's the lone
shortening it.
golfer. He's the lone golfer who elected not to tee it up the opening week of the FedEx Cup playoffs, which that's him. Well, that's typical Rory. Same guy that fought hard for signature events and then plays in less signature events than anyone else I know.
And won't talk to the media for the fans.
That's true. That's true. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything over else. It'll start, everybody listening, if you're trying to watch it, it'll be a Thursday to Sunday, as most tournaments, and you can watch it. And I think it's going to be pretty good, especially now they're not doing the strokes handicaps. Basically, like we said, everybody kind of gets a fair shot at it. But I don't know. I think if you're outside of the top 15, you realistically don't have a chance of winning the FedEx Cup playoffs unless you'd have to win an event in the next 2 weeks and then finish real high in the other two. But those are our picks, who we're going with. Come on, Keegan, let's do this. I want to transition. I want to hear about Mike's day today. Mike had something special happen today. He texted us about it. And so, Mike, tell us about the day. Like, walk us through it. Did it feel special in the air this morning?
Yeah, there was so oddly enough, so I had a request. That same guy that's going to be down in Macklemore had him over the weekend, and it was just an individual, one guy, and so every tee time that we had, we got paired up with with a 2-ball or a 3-ball or something like that. And on my last day of caddying for this guy, last round of the day, we got paired up with a couple, husband and wife couple from Atlanta, and it was their first day of their trip, and so I'm on request with my guy, and I meet these two. I'm caddying for them during the round, and we have a great time. And they're like, "Hey, we'll be playing the next 2 days. Would you mind coming with us?" I said, "Yeah, no problem." So, and I was telling him, I was like, I was with this guy, and in the group on the same day, I had a guy on a par 3 hit it, lands, tracks towards the pin, hits the stick, and comes to rest like 4 inches from the hole.
I'd be sick.
And it was on the 11th hole. On the 13th hole, same group of guys. I had a guy land it just beyond the flag. It hits, it sucks back, and it comes to rest within an inch and a half, 2 inches. Same round in three, like within a span of 3 holes. And so
That's
I was
wild.
like, oh my God, I'm like, guys, it's in the air, like it's right here. And lo and behold, 4 days later, the final day of this husband and wife couple, they're playing the Irish course up here at at Kohler, and it's the third hole of the day. It was a 90. It was the wife. She was up. It was a 90-yard shot. And so this was my third round with them. So I knew her.
Mhm.
I knew her like yardages. I knew her clubs. And so it was a 90-yard shot with a little bit of wind in the face. And I know that she hits her A wedge. She hits it 100 yards pretty much on the dot. And so I was like, Nikki, I was like, it's 90 yards, a little bit of wind, hit your A wedge. And she's like, okay, doesn't question anything. Just okay, goes, hits it, and it's just this baby little draw. It goes, it lands, it hits, it rolls probably for 2 feet and just boom, disappears. And
Oh man.
we go crazy. It was her first hole in one of her life. It was the first hole in one that I've witnessed. And
Oh
so it
really?
was yeah, first one I'd witnessed. And so
Dang, that's awesome.
we jumped up going crazy. I think everyone in the 5-hole radius probably heard us celebrating. She got teary eyed, got a little emotional. Her husband got teary eyed, got a little emotional. But it was cool. Great start to the day. But
Yeah.
I come to find out, I was like, maybe it's best to have a hole in one happen later in a round, because like everything after that just felt like
Yeah.
disappointment. Like
You don't care, yeah.
every part three, we're like, we better make it. We're gonna make it. And yeah, but it was a great day today. They had a good time. First ever hole in one for her, and first ever hole in one that I got to witness. So
I think I'll
Did she
probably cry when I hit one.
Yeah.
The game's so tough sometimes to
Yeah.
even find a green on a par 3 that when you get it close, you're like,
Yeah.
so when it goes down, I'll be like, I did it.
Yeah. Well, and
Do you
even
think
the ones like that happened 4 days ago, like they look so good. Like this is it. This is it. And so, how many times can you think of where there's so many that are just like, oh, it hit the stick, or oh, it almost went in, or oh, it came to rest, so close. And so I thought, for me, I was just like, oh, it's going to be another one of those that gets really close. But that moment of like you're watching the ball tracking, and then all of a sudden it just boop, disappears.
That's wild.
Like it's so cool, very very cool.
Do you think if you hit one, Zach and Mike, if you make one, are you just going crazy on tee box, or are you pulling like a good and just sprinting straight to the hole?
I think I play it cool. I just get in the cart and ride down, act like I've been there before.
Yeah,
Pull the ball
I
out,
would go.
write the date on it. I'm good.
I would go insane.
Yeah, I
What
would.
about you, Mike?
I'd probably get pretty happy and excited jumping around on the tee box. I don't think I would run down and and get it out of the cup. I would probably take my time and kind of let it like soak in a little bit.
You'd
Let
have
it
to
breathe,
film it.
like
Have to immediately get your phone up.
Yeah.
Just experience, especially if you're like with your boys. You're like, I did it. We did it. This is for us.
Well, the good thing about us is we film every shot, Zach. So if it happens, it's gonna be on camera.
Yeah, we're getting good chance.
There's
Unless
a good chance
never
we'll be on
get it.
camera. Not a good chance that we won't make it, but a good chance it'll be on camera. But did
Yeah.
she put the ball up, or she keep playing with that ball?
No, so that was one of the first things. So they got in the cart, they drove up, and the husband immediately got his phone out because he wanted to record her walking onto the green, and up to the flag into the hole. And so he's recording her. She's walking up, she gets it out, smiles, gets all excited, and then he has to, the husband now has like a 14-footer for birdie, and so reality kicks back in, and he gives his putt attempt, and there were two other people in the group with us as well. So my guy's done, the lady's already done, obviously, because she got a hole in one, and the other two were putting out, and I wasn't caddying for them, and so the first thing that I look over to, I'm like, you put that ball up, right? Like the amount of stories I've heard where people continue to play with that ball and they lose it. So I was like, you put that ball away, and she's like, yes, it's already like in my pocket. It's going in the bag. Like I'm not gonna hit it again. I'm like, okay, good. Yeah.
She buy drinks for everybody.
She did buy drinks for the group of it was a 4-ball. She bought. I know she got the next round of drinks that the beverage cart came around. I wasn't too like I'm not usually around, like I'm not really hovering around the drink cart whenever it comes around, and so I know I heard her buy the first round. She probably bought rounds for the day
all day. Just
and
excited.
yeah, they all like the first conversation they had. They were flying out. They were flying back home this evening, and the first conversation she had, she was like, we're getting a flight tomorrow. We're not going out tonight, or we're pushing that flight back tonight. But yeah, I want to say they got the drinks. They stopped in the pro shop before they left. I think they get like a flag of the course that they got the hole-in-one on. They might get a few other
That's cool.
things. But yeah, she was excited. Very, very cool.
I got
That's
a
so
shadow
cool.
box in my head ready for when I get one. Got to have the flag, hopefully with like the pin number on it, the ball. I said my grandpa had 2, and they're on just like a regular stand. I want mine in like acrylic or something.
Imagine Zach making one. It's a fall morning in October. You're on the side of a mountain. Mike's got your bag on his right shoulder, and he just said, "Hey, it's a smooth 8 here," and you just draw one in there.
Yeah, just don't
For
question.
one, the draw would
don't
be great
question
to
it.
start seeing.
Yeah, you're right. Don't question anything Mike says. I'm swinging that club no matter what.
Yep.
I just thought of this. I was just like, man, have you ever had somebody that y'all started your caddying for, y'all walking, and they've ever been like, I can't walk the rest. I need a cart.
Yeah, there's usually not super, like, I would say the quickest I've had somebody tap out was probably like the 7th or 8th hole. A lot of times they'll make it at least to the turn, like to the 9th hole, because it comes back to the clubhouse. But yeah, there's definitely people that, they unfortunately, it's not Whistling isn't an easy walk. It's a hard walk.
Yeah.
It's a long course, and it's got some obviously undulation and hills and elevation and stuff like that. But unfortunately, even whenever we're the pack mules carrying their bag, all they have to do is literally walk and hit a shot. There's a few that whether it be I've seen it all. Age, I've seen a guy up there in age who, it's impressive that he's even out there still playing and giving it a go. Unfortunately, just can't do it. Then there's obviously the slightly overweight has a hard time getting out there and doing it. But there's also been a few where I meet them on that like at the driving range, and I'm in my head, I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to make it. And they do.
What
But
if he
yeah,
looks at us
there's
like
been a
that?
few.
Yeah, he just looked at us all. He said, "Yeah, I ain't gonna make it."
That's what we were
let me
watching.
just take a couple extra ibuprofen. I'll make it. I'm good.
Zach and I were watching the 4Plays video at Barstool at the Keep and Beef. We're like, is he gonna make it all 18 holes? I was like, man, what a trooper to just be walking out there like that. Because it looked, I didn't look at how flat it was on camera, but I'm like, man, that's probably pretty good hike here on the side of a mountain.
You're talking the Keep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy. Trust me. I mean, the Straits is kind of known to be one of the harder walks in the company for Caddy Master, that is. And when we went there, I was telling our caddy master when it came to like our compensation that we get afterwards, there's a minimum and everything. And I was like, hey, this is like the same, if not harder, of a walk than the Straits. So therefore the pay should be the same, if not better. So, I mean, what it is though, it's just like it's like 4 or 5 holes where most of it's pretty tame, but there's 4 or 5 holes where you're going up. And
Zach, we better start walking now, dog.
Like I'll be. We were talking. We got Disney in December. I told Joni. I said we better start getting our paces back in.
Oh, dude, you're right about that. No, it'll be fun. It'll be cool.
I'll pregame with the Keep and then roll it.
Zach and I have never, like, we've walked 9 with a push cart. We never walked a full 18, so I'm excited. I'm nervous. And then part of me I'm going to feel bad with looking at you with my clubs on your shoulder. I'm like, Mike, I need to carry that, Mike.
No.
I feel like my mom would be
too.
My mom would be so ashamed of me. Like, why is he toting your bag for you? Like, go get that.
Yeah, we love the consideration. But
yeah.
I mean, at least a seasoned caddy, we're not like, we don't think like it's just another day for us. We're used to doing it. So it's like, there are people who are like, hey, I can, if somebody sprays one left, one right, they're like, I can take my bag, if you need it. I'm like, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. So yeah, we appreciate the consideration, but no, it's no big deal. You guys, honestly, the walk, it's a different form of the amount of people that we have playing that like they have a solid like 11 or 12 holes, and then they kind of like they kind of start blowing up bogey, double bogey, triple. They kind of go all over the board. If fatigue sets in, people aren't used to walking, let alone walking 18 holes, but a championship style golf course, 18 holes. Regardless of if you're carrying your bag or I'm carrying it, fatigue sets in. So, I mean, I would definitely recommend, like, if anybody who has a, legitimate walking course that's in their future, go to your local course and with your own bag, like start walking and just getting accustomed to 18 holes of the physical aspect of it all, but also the mental and physical combination. Because golf's, 18 holes of golf, if you're dialed in and locked in, it gets
We'll make
taxing
it
on the
easy
brain.
for you. We're gonna shamble off the box. Then we're gonna play for there. We have our biggest issue off the box, and we are only playing for fun. I don't care what I shoot. I'm trying to have fun, so we shamble, and then there's no penalties.
We split up from there.
We just play straight up.
I love me a shamble. I love a shamble. Anytime someone says scramble or shamble, I'm like, you mean we're taking either the best drive of the hole, or we're taking the best shot on every hole? Let's do it. Let's have a good time.
What do we do it like? Because I never had this issue, but like at the Keep, for instance, there's gonna be options, I guess, to walk or to ride a cart. Like, say we're walking with you, caddy, and people are pulling. Like, you just let people play through, or how's that work?
No, I mean we'll keep pace. I mean, whether or not
you're gonna make us stay fast.
yeah. I mean,
I see the coach coming out.
We're gonna go, guys.
We're gonna go, boys.
Get the whistle out and start going.
Yeah, in the paint, drive it.
Yeah, I mean,
Mike doesn't wear a polo. He wears the referee uni, the stripes. Keep up, boys.
Yeah,
we'll get the marshal out there and the referee.
Listen, we'll have plenty of golf balls, so if it even looks like it's lost, let's just keep walking. Let's don't waste our time.
It's there's a combination on the Irish course out here that's some people walk, some people ride. There's not really a difference in pace, really. It's usually pretty solid.
I guess before I get into the drop zone, I do have one question. Give me a prediction for? I know we're still a few months out, but give me a prediction for high school basketball record this year. Y'all making a playoff run or what?
Oh, we're always making.
Y'all got a lot of returning.
We're always making a playoff run. Our senior, going to be a senior captain this year. He's led us in scoring every year. He actually just signed this past week. He committed to Illinois. So he's going to go Big Ten basketball. He's an Illini now. But my prediction of record, 22, and no, I'm going to go 24. And
big.
24 and 4, or 24 and 5.
Oh man. So this is the year that
when you get back home, we need to get some Rolla hats.
Yeah,
I need the upside down. I need the upside down. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we'll get y'all some code word hats. We'll get you whatever you want customized on there, whatever color you guys want.
I just want an autograph.
This is the year that Pop's can get the court named after him. I can feel it.
Hey, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
All right, let me end the drop zone. If you're new here, this is the kind of we ask the question, just kind of a question in golf for the week. This one we're going to ask all three of us. What's on your golfing bucket list that you haven't got to do yet? That before you are too old to golf or your health or whatever, like what's something you want to do, whether it's a place or something you want to do on the course that you haven't done yet? Obviously hole in one, but let's think outside that.
Okay.
I'm going Scotland. I was about to say either Scotland or England. I got to get over there somewhere.
I want to play I don't have to play the old course, but I'd love to play one of the courses there, just to say I've been where it started.
That's a good one. I've been watching a lot of videos on Ireland lately, golf over there, like with Tom Coyne, and he's talking about it, how he walked every course over there. I was like, man, I just want to experience it just in a natural like field of golf. So that'd be mine probably. What about you, Mike?
I would. There's a lot of tough ones. I'll let you guys keep the Scotland, Ireland, England thing. I would probably go with like a very private elite type of club, getting to play, whether that be like Cypress Point or I've always been infatuated with Fisher's Island out in New
Mm-hmm.
York. Ohoopee down there in Georgia.
I was
That's
gonna
a
say
really,
Ohoopee or
yeah,
like Broom's Edge, something in
yeah,
that neck of the woods, or Tree
yeah.
Farm. I want to get
Tree
on
Farm.
Tree Farm.
I will be caddying there in a couple winters, hopefully.
Dang, we gotta get over there.
That's on the.
How big of a suitcase can you get? We'll make sure it's got 4 wheels. We'll roll in.
We'll get in there, yeah. We got a few connections to get in there. It's just we haven't made it work yet, and then the cost of coming in and playing as a guest is pretty pricey at Tree Farm.
Yeah.
But this one we want to get to though, for sure.
Yeah,
Or
hopefully
the
I'm
Groove.
hopefully I'm there in a few winters. But if you guys go before I go, let me know when you're going. I'll hook you up with some good caddies that are out there.
Oh yeah. And what's the course? Is it the Groove, that Michael Jordan's course?
The Grove.
The Grove.
That would be
Grove 23 or something like that.
Yeah, that would be a sick one to be on too.
Or Panther National. Panther National for JT would be a nice course to play too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one he just built, isn't it? Down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Those are stuff like you may never get to ever play. And so like that would be a cool one to throw on the bucket list and see.
Yeah.
But that's the episode 151 for leading up to the FedEx Cup this week. We're going to be watching all week. Let us know y'all's picks as well. And make sure you check out over on YouTube, subscribe. And we're going to be seeing more Mike on the show. Mike, thanks for offering your services to be insider to golf with us.
Of course. It's a fun time. I love talking to you guys. Let's do it more often.
We will sure will. So that's it for episode 151. We'll see y'all next time.